Good morning, everybody, and once again, welcome back in today's class. Today, we're on the day number 16 of our class, and we were discussing about the change management. So, on the Friday, we see about the change management, and we understand that a change can be raised via model that we call the change model. Okay. Also need to be understand that a change can be raised, as we already know, like from the incident we can raise a change, for a problem from a problem record we can raise a change, from change module itself we can raise a change, we can raise a we're going to be discussed soon or maybe tomorrow, not today. And also we can raise a change via configuration management as well. Okay, but these are the ways that we can create a change. Now Anish has a question. Atul, no, I don't want to use the change model. In my company, in my client, in my account, we have a standard process to raise a change. When I say standard means that everybody using the same flow or the same process. If it is a normal change, it will go to assess, authorize, schedule, implement, review, and these things. And I don't want to go to the change model as well. Then what to do? So before the change model, there was a concept which is called intercipator. So now if you see, if I open my instance here, let me go and open it here. See? And if I click on the create new or under change, here, create new, we are getting this page. But Atul, ये page Friday को था नहीं, because when you click on the create new, we are getting directly on the model. अलग ही, that was a separate intercipator, that was a separate page. So now there's a few customers, they want to be used the both methods, change model as well and the native example or native view as well, or native way as well, or legacy way as well, I guess, not the native, legacy way. So what we have to do, if you want, see now you can see create normal change, standard change, emergency change, and the change model. So if you click on this, you're going to this particular page. But on Friday, we are directly going on this page. How this can be manageable? Because everybody is not an early adapter. Right? If I say, guys, please start using the dark theme in your mobile phone. Anish was always interested in the new features. So the day it has been launched, he started using it. But people like me, nahi, yaar, we'll see if the normal theme is going out, then we'll use the dark theme. So it means I'm not an early adopter. So same thing applicable here as well. Some customers say, no, I'm not using it, because now what happened that if you are using the latest version of service now, Vancouver or Washington DC or the Utah, if you click on the create new, you will get directly this page. Service now says use models, that is more benefited, because model are using the flow, not the workflows. So how we can make a change in this? That this page is also coming and this is also coming. This has been done via two properties in the system level. There are two properties which make this thing possible. There's a first property which says type change model dot type underscore compatibility. So what we do, we will search with the word of the compatibility here. This one. If this property is true, okay, if this property is true, see, you can see the value of the true, and there's another property which is called hide change model. Change underscore model dot hide. Array. Com SNC. कहाँ गई वो property? Wait, let me open the complete property. Dot SNC dot underscore. हाँ, ठीक है. This is another property that is called model hide. Not this workflow. Change group. Compatibility. Policy. Because I created this property yesterday. Hi, really.
From the filter, just search with the hide word that contains hide.
I tried, but it is not working here. The star means is only that contains hide. देखो ये है. Yeah, sorry, change model. This one. Why it's not showing dot hide as well? This is what I created yesterday. Earlier, this property was available, but now this property is not available. Okay. So it says if actually should be like this dot hide as well. And let me update. Huh. So now what is be happening? Let me open this and show you something here. Okay. These are two properties. One is change underscore model dot hide, and other is change underscore model dot compatibility. ठीक है. If this is false and this is true, ठीक है. If this is false and this is true, then you can see the both pages, both options on the create new. So यहाँ पर ये तभी आएगा. This page will only come if hide is false and compatibility is true. But if this is false and this is also false, then only this page will come, which we see on the Friday. अगर दोनों false है तो सिर्फ वो change model show करेगा, because there is no compatibility. But if hide is false and compatibility is true, then it will show both the options. This one. And now we are not getting this property out of the box in the system. So I created this property. We can create the system property as well. So I created this property so that I can make true and false, because ServiceNow say now I'm not recommending you to use the legacy system way. Use the latest way, that is a change model only. Okay. If this is the case, then how it look like? So we see this option, right? Change model. Now we will try to do a demo of this particular part. Let's say I'm creating a normal change. This demo will be continued for at least 2 or 3 days for us. Okay. This is what is a change form. On the top, we have a formatter: new, assess, authorize, schedule, implement, review, close, and cancel. And this is the my change form. OK, now on the change form, what field I have? I have a requested by category. You can put, and here the different categories are available. I said software, system software. There is no concept of the subcategory. This we know, service offering and all. Let's say BlackBerry, LNG, and this. And here the concept of, yes, go ahead, please.
Small confusion is there. What is the difference between normal and standard? Which one? Day-to-day activities, which comes under normal or standard?
No. Standards are those changes where you already, or which are the low risk changes. Risk hai, but a very low risk changes, and that don't require any approval from anybody else. Let me take example. We are staying in a family, right? Every day, my wife, or your wife, your spouse, cook something for you. Maybe bottle gourd, maybe brinjal, potato, tomato gravy, rice, chapati, and all the things. Did they ask you? No, because they know that everybody can eat it. But on the weekend, sometimes these ladies ask, hey, would you like to have some special food today? Maybe at like a 2 sabjis or rice, chapati with some sweet, or maybe a good starter, something. That is called the normal change. So standard changes don't require any approval, and they are very low in the risk, and every time if you implement, there is no change in the implementation plan. There is no change in the implementation plan. Fix hai wahan par. But normal changes are not like that.
Like system upgrade, patch implement.
Patching is, yes, patching is one of the example that considered as a standard change. But again, it is a debatable question. There's a lot of customers who are not using standard change for the patching. They say no, patching is not a standard change for us. Okay. This is what, and that is the reason I said that before we start this change, please go to the ITL definitions of these changes, so that the basic fundamentals should be clear, that what is standard change, what is normal change, what is emergency change.
I read couple of places, that's why I got confused. Somebody is saying like, okay.
It happens. So the definition says low risk, standard implementation plan, and can be deployed anytime in the day. Like ठीक है, आपकी वाइफ ने बोला कि आज normal food बनना, she was free in the afternoon, she make it. Generally she make it in the evening, but she is free in the afternoon, she make the dinner as well in the afternoon itself. There is standard changes. Okay.
Sir,
on the change form,
activity,
yes,
sorry. सर वो एक्टिविटीज जैसे कि कोई प्रोग्रामर चेंज कर रहा है ना, कुछ कोड इनहेंसमेंट है या छोटे मोटे बग फिक्सिंग है, उसको प्रोडक्शन में फिर मूव करना है, तो ये सब नॉर्मल चेंज में आएगा देन इन दैट केस?
सी it's again depend, I'm saying ये प्रोसेस लेवल डिस्कशन है, अकाउंट कस्टमर लेवल डिस्कशन है. अब नाउ if any developer is changing anything in the code, now he know that if I deploy this code during the business hours, it can cause a problem, and it is not a standard implementation because code need to be go review. So if these type of changes come, these come in the normal changes, not the standard changes. system reboot, patching. These are the standard changes. कि भाई अप्रूवल नहीं लेना, आप कर सकते हो इसको.
And normal change में we seek approval from CAB.
Yeah, definitely yes. Definitely yes. So let's understand this demo now. This will clear your lot of doubts in between. Also in the standard changes there is a no risk assessment. स्टैंडर्ड में होता, सॉरी नॉर्मल में रिस्क असेसमेंट भी होता है, क्योंकि रिस्क आपका रिस्क इज लाइक जीरो, बट नेवर बी जीरो, इट्स क्लोज टू जीरो. Taking the insurance policy doesn't mean.
But there are very instances, sir, like in a practical, I have seen, like it may be my experience little different. I've seen like छोटे छोटे कोड चेंजेस होते हैं, जैसे वैलिडेशंस में चेंजेस हो गए. मान लीजिए स्ट्रिंग है, न्यूमेरिक स्ट्रिंग है, दिस वैल्यू हैज टू बी स्मॉल चेंजेस. So I'm trying to understand where should I put in which basket, like
No,
इसको normal.
Anish, the same thing. It is not you. You have to be consult with the customer as well. Are you happy if I deploy these kind of changes in the business hours? So let's make it as a standard change. ये आपके पास कैटेगरीज हैं अलग अलग. भाई मेरे पास 500 तरह के चेंजेस होते हैं. So can I make these type of changes as standard changes? कस्टमर बोलता है हाँ ठीक है, इस पे कोई इम्पैक्ट नहीं है, let's make it. You get a change manager approval, you get a CAB manager approval. Guys, from the next time, this type of change is going to be standard change. Are you okay? CAB will say, हाँ कोई रिस्क नहीं है इसमें, yes. Make it as a standard change. But
okay. I understood. मतलब we discussions के बाद we categorize them.
But also again, if that standard change get failed in the production, maybe once, the policy says that is not going to be standard change going forward. Till the time you get it as a approved or you get a full proof. Like say, let me say one thing. We teach our kids how to make a tea, cup of tea. Okay. What you do in the initially? You stand with them. You stand with him or her, and say, okay, beta, take one bowl, take glass of water, put it there, switch on the gas, put this, let's boil it. 5, 7, 8 times, 9 times, 10 times you stand with him or her. That is a normal change. Now you get comfortable, yes. He or she knows that how to make a cup of tea. And now instead of standing with him or her, you are sitting at your computer table and you are doing your work and your kid is making a cup of tea. Some odd day, he or she was making a tea and suddenly that bowl get unstable and tea get fell on him or her and the floor as well. This is called standard change failure. From then immediately you say, you will not make a cup of tea from tomorrow. I'll stand with you, only then you make a cup of tea. It means going forward, this is not a standard change for you because you fail once. If you fail, it means it is a problem for me. Then again, 5, 7 days, 10 days, 1 month, you stand with your kid, he again or she again get comfortable, and then you say, okay, now you can make, I'll sit there only. Again, you are going to be making it a standard change. तो ये फर्क होता है इसमें. It's all about discussion. It's not about your wish, my wish. कि नहीं मेरा मन करता मनाएंगे नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होता. It's not like that. ठीक है, clear हुआ नहीं शरद?
Okay, well explained. Thanks.
Okay, so now on the change we have a priority. No impact, no urgency. It's a priority. ठीक है, and this impact is there but no urgency, and we have a risk. Every change has a risk associated. Buying an insurance policy doesn't mean that you will not going to be die or anybody is not going to die in the life. No. Buying the insurance policy just only mean that if something goes wrong with anybody in this world, he or she should be capable to minimize his risk or her risk. So when we go for the normal changes, we do the risk assessment as well. Now the question comes how to do the risk assessment. We will see this part. It's a separate topic. Then we come on the impact to see that, but this impact has nothing to do with this particular part. So with the risk assessment, we update the impact on the change as well. अगर risk बहुत बड़ा है, risk is 4. Let's say Anish need to be travel in the midnight. Something odd happened and he need to be travel in the odd night from his home to the station. And Anish know that moving or stepping out from the home in the midnight in this area is too risky. Right? And how he evaluated? Maybe previous experiences he heard. Maybe there's no proper law and order in that area. Maybe in the midnight, it was very dark on the road. It's cold on the road. It's like winter there, so it's too much. So these are the parameters which he evaluate. And on the basis of that, it has an impact as well. Then change model. If you still want to be thinking, no, I can use the change model, you can implement it. Otherwise, leave it. Type is normal, state is new, conflict. Conflict says that there is a connection between my change and the your change. Someone says he was a good person. Someone says no, he was not a good person. It's a conflict. In the change, why the conflict is important to be understand. Now let's say Anish is a change that is going in the production on 22nd of July, 7 o'clock morning on a CI called email. Okay. Wasim also is a change that is going in the production system on 22nd of July at 7 o'clock in the morning and on the same CI. Maybe Anish is from the database team and Wasim is from the network team. Now, service now says, the system says, guys, two changes on the same CI is going. देखो वो सिस्टम है, सिस्टम को नहीं पता कि दोनों अलग अलग लोगों ने रेज किया है, दोनों अलग अलग टीम से बिलोंग करते हैं, उसको पता है कि एक CI पे है. Then service now will raise a alarm. Guys, it's a conflict. Maybe due to network, database go down, or maybe database reboot, network go down. So it show in the conflict. If any change, this is the default parameter. If any change is conflicting with other change on these three parameters, where the plan start date, plan end date, and the CI, either in that window or same as that window, it is showing as a conflict. और ये run करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती, अपना run होता है system ये जैसे changes होगा. And you will see how I can verify this particular part. And then here it show the status. Is it conflict, not conflict, or all the things. Then assignment group. अब यहाँ पर भी fundamental assignment group का. The way we have assignment group in the incident and the problem. और यहाँ पर कहाँ से आता है? It bring from this one. Every CI has a concept called the assignment group. Let me bring that field on the form.
Sir, a small thing about conflict I wanted to ask.
Go ahead.
So, this conflict status that will be changed by, like there are two teams, as you said. So Wasim will be changing it, and I will be changing it. The conflict status. How it is parity? Like how
you get a?
how it will be updated, like manual updation, automatic? I don't, but
No,
just I wanted.
no. I'll show you. I'll show you. ठीक है, let me add this group here. ठीक है. And let me put change management. ठीक है. So in this change concept, how this assignment got auto populated? Number one, the same business will run. Which one? Auto populate assignment group based on the CI and SO. If in the CI, it check this field. This field. If no value, it go to SO. If no value, it is a blank. So here the same fundamental will be there. अगर दोनों value नहीं है, तो it will be like a blank. Now the thing is that how this conflict work. ठीक है. Now Wasim also has a change and Anish also has a change. Both are going in the cab meeting. I am a cab manager, or let's say Dinesh is a cab manager. First, Anish presents his change. Guys, this change is about the database updates. So we are going to do these files corrections in the database. And we are deploying this change between 7 to 8 o'clock, 22nd, and on this particular CI. Dinesh is a cab manager. He see this option. Anish, your change is in the conflict. Show me with change, it is getting conflict. Okay, now give me some time. I will show that how it's been done, because that is a more practical part we have to discuss. Then I'll come down. I'll put short description. And while raising a change, these 5 are the important parameters. Justification. Why you want to deploy this change. Business justification is required here. Then implementation plan. How you're going to be implement this. Attach a proper document or give us steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6, all this. Risk and impact. ऊपर से देखो सिर्फ रिस्क इम्पैक्ट की वैल्यूज आएंगी, बट क्या प्रॉब्लम क्या हो सकता है, एंड व्हाट इज द रिस्क, व्हाट इज द इम्पैक्ट इफ दिस चेंज डोंट गो, और if this change get fail, then what can be the risk and impact. Backout plan. If by any chance this change get failed in the production system, how you're going to backing out. Rollback जिसे हम कहते हैं. And the last, test plan. How this change is going to be tested once deployment has been done.
And who's responsible to fill it? ये किसका responsibility है to fill all these details?
Change requester. Conflict नहीं, conflict तो अपने आप आएगा, conflict का भी छोड़ दो आप. Conflict में I'll show the conflict part, that how it's work conflict actually. But these information need to be filled by the change requester. ठीक है. Then go to schedule. When this change is going to be in the production, plan क्या है आपका? Plan start date क्या? 22nd of July, 7 a.m. sorry. कब खत्म होगा? 22nd of July, 8 o'clock. Do you want to be discuss this change in the CAB meeting? This field will be auto-populated as well. That we'll discuss in the CAB workbench. ठीक है, इसको भी इतने रखते हैं, ज्यादा नहीं. Then leave this part. Will come when we go for the demo. Conflict. अब ये देखो, I told to Anish Anish, during the winter, don't step out from your home after 8 o'clock, specifically on these road. ठीक है अतुल, ये चेंज नहीं है, ये एडवाइस है, ये विंडो है. Because what I said, only during the winter don't step out from your house after 9 o'clock on this road. Summer में, हाँ summer में कोई problem, because in the summer the days are long. By 9:30, 10 o'clock, there's a bright day outside. Sun is outside, so you can go, no problem. It's all good. In service now, there are two more things are there. One is called the blackout window, and one is called a blackout window and maintenance window. Blackout window says during this X time period, no change will go in the production on particular CIS. Blackout है guys, कोई बाहर नहीं जाएगा. During the COVID, when it was a lockdown, it was blackout in the morning, in the morning times, 9 to 1 and 2 to 8. Nobody is allowed to step out from your house. That was a blackout window. फिर आप कैसे चेंज डिप्लॉय करें इस प्रोडक्शन सिस्टम पे, इस CI के ऊपर? This is also part of the conflict. Second, maintenance window. Like against the COVID, if you want to buy anything, the shops will be open from 5 PM to the 8 PM. During that time, you can step out and you can purchase anything. That is called the maintenance window. It means only and only during that window you can deploy this change, not before that. If you want to deploy it before that, it will be a conflict. और ये लिस्ट अपना पॉपुलेट होगी. We are not going to populate. I'll show you that how it's get populated. And then anything in the notes you want to put. And last is a closer information. So now let's do one thing. Let's raise this change. Okay. This, and let me fill all the details here.
Atul, is that blackout window also known as freeze, change freeze?
No, freeze is not different type, but you can see. But you can say that is the change freeze.
It's like during the Christmas and all, we used to follow that like that.
Yes. Now what I will do, I'm intentionally putting, I'm again saying I'm intentionally putting the back dates. Okay. Because I want to show you the conflict part. Let's say I want to deploy this change on 31st of January and it will be end 12th of October. I know it's a very long period, but still I'm putting it because I want to show you some examples. I want to show you something here important. ठीक है, ये मेरा change है and I'm going to be save it.
Atul, backup is a part of change or like it will be different?
Backup और
हाँ backup का.
Backup किस चीज का backup?
For example, server का backup है या किसी उसका database का है.
That you will, yes, it's a part of change that you have to put the implementation plan and you can get the change task as well.
Okay. और ये जो सर्विस नाउ में हम ये अपना वो करते हैं, जैसे ये अपग्रेड करना है या फिर माइग्रेशन करना है या फिर क्लोनिंग करना है उसका, तो वो भी इसमें मतलब कि वी हैव टू क्रिएट अ चेंज रिक्वेस्ट और हाउ इट विल बी.
Yes, better to change, but not better, it's recommended to create a change only.
Okay.
ठीक है.
So
Go ahead. So now if you notice, we raise this change and we are getting this message. Scheduling conflict detected. Number one, conflict has been run. Status has been changed. Conflict. कि भैया conflict है आपके change में. Now, with whom it has been getting conflicted? See. Let me create any another change as well in the parallel manner so that I can show you that how it's be working. Just a dummy change, I'm creating it. Okay. Let's say LNG change. Okay. On the same DB, this and dates are now for this. I can put the future date as well. 25th to 29th and save. देखो ये भी कॉन्फ्लिक्ट में आ गया. ठीक है. Now I'll come back and I refresh my page because I say a change can be conflicted with the other change and with the blackout and this one. So it has been run again automatically. ठीक है. And now if you go to the conflict, you will find 3 records. Here they go. This is a change which is getting conflict. क्यों? क्योंकि इसका CI और इसकी dates are matching with my CI and my date. Not in the maintenance window. To deploy a change on this type of CIs, I have a maintenance window out of office, but you're deploying before out of office. So it is a conflict. Sorry. Inside the blackout window, you are not allowed to deploy any change during this window for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, but you're deploying the change because it's a change freeze. So it is getting conflict. System will just give you the warning or message like this, but will not stop you to proceed further because we are the human being. I know Wasim change and Anish change are 2 different changes, are going to be deployed on the 2 different, going to be deployed work on the same CI but on the 2 different concepts of the CI. There is no conflict. Practically there is no interaction between both of these changes, but system is not that smart to be understand. So system giving me the warning here. Clear हुआ यहाँ पे? बताइए. All clear? अरे कोई बताएगा यार, कोई डाउट क्वेश्चन?
Yes.
Okay. Good. ठीक है.
There used to be another concept of change calendar.
I'm coming. Wait. अभी तो.
Okay.
It's just a start. अभी तो
okay, I thought it will be kind of conflict resolution.
नहीं.
For that, the change manager.
Now we will see that how we can create these windows as well.
Yes.
How we can create these windows because system ने बनाई नहीं ये. It's a human being, right? I guess Sumit said that. So Atul, there's a concept of change freeze. System don't know change freeze. I will create the change freeze so that it should come in the picture for everybody. ठीक है. Now if you notice one thing, and this is the homework for you, I put business service, service offering, and CI. And if you scroll down, you can see these options. Affected CI, impacted service or the CI. There is a thin line difference in these two. और ये पढ़ के आना, and we will discuss this tomorrow. how it work in ServiceNow. Because if you read, and it is very complicated concept actually. ठीक है?
What are those affected CI and impacted services, right?
वही पढ़ने के लिए बोला मैंने.
Okay.
These two get populated on the basis of your services and your CI. So if you notice this part, if I come down here on this related list and you go to the impacted one, यहाँ पर क्या आ गया? Service of business service, right? Which is there, right? Because maybe you are raising a change on a service. How you come to know that this change can impact other services as well? I am making a cup of tea. I know that if tea get fell down on the floor, it may or may not impact my floor as well. तो ये वो फंडा लेके आता है. So what it did, it see if any other CI has been linked with this service which may get impacted. So let me show, or affected will show on this particular area. Or Atul, you are presenting this change in the cab. Okay, guys, is this change only going to be impact this one, this service? Atul, on this server, we have a network domains, some domains as well. Guys, please add that in the change. It should be auto-populated because it go in this particular part, see the relationship and bring everything. So now if you come back here, let me show the dependency graph. देखो इस सारा इसका डिपेंडेंसी ग्राफ है कि if this go down, it may impact all these things as well. Maybe in the background, this business rule is not working as of now. So what we can do, we can just click here and refresh impacted services once. I hope we should get all the CIs as well. No, it's not going anything else. Maybe that business rule is disabled. Otherwise, it should auto-populate all the affected services or all the affected CI for that particular service offering. Or if you want to add manually, I can add manual CIs here. This is going to be impact on this as well. No, not to add this. Okay, I want to add more. Okay. Service classes, server. Add this as well. Or if I go back here I can add the services, business services. Because in my system, there is no business service available other than this. It should be there to decrease the load. Okay, it's loading. User find configure data queue. अच्छा है ना देखो sorry. Because it's showing assets as well, but here it should be service. Not name class is there. Classes. ये है कुछ business services. And add selected. So by this way, we can add the manual part as well. Manual CIs, more CIs we can add, because on the change we can put only one CI, but this change may impact the other CIs as well. So we can edit by this way. ठीक है, now this has been done. We are all set on this particular part. Shall we move forward? No, because what is required now? The next part, it says about the, चलो पहले इस पे डिस्कस करते हैं कॉन्फ्लिक्ट वाले पे आज. ठीक है, ये कहां से आ रहा है? All this thing need to be discussed. So if you go here, let me open the other window. Let's close this. Let's go there and search for the conflict and properties. Conflict properties. What this says, because conflict is one of the fundamental which run automatically. जितनी बार, how number of times you load this page, it will run automatically. और ये यहाँ पर अपडेट कर देगा. देखो अभी 2022 7 पे हमने रन किया था. Let's refresh it. Let's save this. वो कह रहे लास्ट इसी पे था, कुछ नया नहीं मिला मुझे. That's fine. Or if you want to run manually, you can run manually as well. And now time has been changed. Now I'll go to the scheduling assistant. What is the scheduling assistant means? In our Outlook, we have a scheduling assistant to see the availability of the other person. यार इस टाइम पे तो इसका कॉन्फ्लिक्ट दिख रहा है. Let me see when he is available. And in that case, we use the scheduling assistant. Click on this. It says there's no availability for the next 90 days. Because there's no common window where you can deploy this change. But I want to search it. Okay, search it again. This is also again coming from the property only. The system property, which the conflict property which you're seeing. But I want to open this in a calendar format. Conflict calendar. देखो ये रहा. This is my change. Is this getting conflict with the other changes as well? Today? Only for today I want to be CIS. It is getting conflict with this change as well. And blackout window. Blackout window is starting 25th of June and ending on 26th of June. तो उससे भी इसका conflict है. Let me show you the month wise. अब देखो. If it is a dark, it's a blackout. If it is a light, it is a maintenance schedule. So बिना चेंज यहाँ पर कॉन्फ्लिक्ट कर रहा है. बट नाउ द क्वेश्चन का मतलब ये दोनों आए कहां से हैं? फ्रॉम वेयर दिस टू रिकॉर्ड्स गेट क्रिएटेड. ये वाला ब्लैकआउट और ये वाला मेंटेनेंस, फ्रॉम वेयर इट इज बी गेटिंग फेच. सो ओके, I'll come this part now. Let me show you this part. Search for the maintenance window. Maintenance schedule. Click on the maintenance schedule. Maintenance schedule means in this window I can deploy my change. Only in this window I can deploy my change. So my change is getting conflict with this maintenance window. कैसे देख लो यहाँ पे? Let me go and open that change. देखो डाउन, किस में आ रहा है? ग्लोबल इंफ्रा शेड्यूल में आ रहा है. ये रहा. ओपन करते हैं, क्या है इसका, व्हाट इज दिस मेंटेनेंस विंडो सेज, इट सेज that I can put a maintenance window on the three sources, either on the service level. On the service level I can put it कि भैया इस सर्विस पे changes will not go in the production on this time. I can put the maintenance window for any type of changes, change request. जैसे किसी ने change request raise किया, नहीं, you can't deploy the changes if it is not filling my, it's not as per my timings. Or CMDB specific class level. Only server changes are not allowed to during this time. Rest changes can be go. So I can define it here because this is for the CMDB CI and CMDB CI is the base class. So all the child has been covered in that particular part. Or you want to put specific CIs, specific class, you can put it here in the condition. Class. And यहाँ लिख दो मेंशन कौन सी क्लास का चेंज आपको रेज, कौन सी इसमें कवर करना है आपको. That is the definition. And here we have a entry, schedule entry. मैंने नाम दिया weekend. When we put invite in the Outlook and it is a reoccurrence, what we do? We put a start and end time. I said the start time is 1st January 2021. End time is 1st January 2021, 1 to 4. But I want this to be repetitively. Every weekly on Saturday, this must executed. Means you are allowed to deploy a change only in this window. If you are deploying any change outside this window, it will be showing me the conflict. Let's see this example now. ये वाला, right? Let's see. This change is also in the conflict, yes. But conflict of what? Yeah. Now if I change the timings for this change, कब से था? 25th June से 29th. 29th is Saturday. Let me change to the 28th. Still conflict रहेगा. That's fine. Let's go and check. अभी भी है. Not in the maintenance window. Now let me change the time again. It says Saturday midnight 1 to 4 you are allowed to do this change. So I'll come here and I'll say 29th 02 till 29th 03. रात को 1 से 3 के बीच में I want to deploy this change. And now if you save this and go to the conflict, see, because now it fulfill the both of the conditions. Blackout का condition fulfill हो गया इसमें and this also get fulfilled. इसलिए वो conflict में नहीं आ रहा है. Maintenance window doesn't mean that you can't deploy the change in this window. It is mean only that you can deploy the change only in during this window. If I change the schedule, I said no, it should be repetitive every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And it can be like 11 to 4 PM. मतलब सुबह 11 से 4 बजे तक. 4 तो ये it should be opposite like.
Atul, one question.
1 minute दो.
The date, sorry.
Go ahead now.
The date over here is same, right? The start and end.
इसमें हाँ डेट विल बी सेम ना, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, बिकॉज मैंने यहां पर ये नहीं लिखा कि कब बंद करना है उसको, इट्स अ लाइफ लॉन्ग. If I put a date here,
Okay.
repeat until, I said repeat until only 8th of June. And now if you go in this change and change the schedule, let's say 27th, and save. Are why it's showing this problem now? I said repeat until 8th of June. It should not show actually this thing here. नहीं आना चाहिए, because I'm deploying my change on when 27th of July. It should not pick up this one, because I put it the repeat until, इसके बाद नहीं होना चाहिए. So we can put a stop as well. Generally what will happen, that these are the things only for a limited time period. It's not like lifelong, like they put it in 2011 to 2011, these things. No. इतने लंबे इतने पुराने हैं, because it's a demo data, so it's showing like that only. So this is the maintenance window. In opposite of this, we have a blackout. Same fundamental, same. No difference, not a single difference you will find it. Open it. The only difference which service now build in the background, that what you select in this window, you are selecting blackout or the maintenance. वो वहीं से उसकी definitions को change कर देता है. If you see there is no difference, see, you getting these options as well. Same options which you find here, same scheduling entry we find there as well. See, कि full day का blackout है और weekly Wednesday को करना है. You can do it weekly, monthly. This thing you can do, up to you. So now when we apply these two things in the picture, our conflict property come into the picture as well. And it says, when checking the change request conflict, checked against blackout window. Do you want to check your changes against the blackout window as well? Yes or no? If no kar doge, even though these exist, but change conflict will not run on this part. Number one. And there are the companies. I see few of the questions on the community. People say to the community people that we are very new in the service now. My customer don't know about blackout window, maintenance window. Can I remove that option or hide that option in the scheduling part, conflict part? Yes. By this property you can do. When checking the change request conflict, check whether the change falls within the child blackout window. What is it? I am raising a change on the server class. Do you want to check on the Windows server, AX server, Linux server as well? If you say yes, then it will work. ये यहां की बात कर रहे हैं. अभी क्या है? ये वाला जो है, ये इसकी बात कर रहे हैं, applies to. और इसमें अगर हम प्रॉपर्टीज ऐड करेंगे ये वाली yes or no वाली, तो it will work out for me. When change conflict requested, whether change falls within the parent blackout window as well. I'm raising a change on the AX server, but if any blackout window exists on the server class, do you want to be check it as well? Then it will find out. अभी तो आपको सिर्फ दो ही ऑप्शन दिख रहे हैं, right? There are multiple options. Parent is not in the window, child is not in the window, outside window. I'll try to find out. There's a one article or one question I read about this change conflict. which explain these things in very beautiful manner. इसलिए मैं कह रहा हूं ये इतना easy है नहीं जितना लग रहा है. Then if I scroll down in the properties again, the same thing goes for the maintenance window as well. When checking the change conflict, check against already scheduled for the same CI. ये जो प्रॉब्लम हुआ था हमारा चेंज और वसीम का चेंज जो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट हुआ था, इट वाज ऑन द सेम CI. वो कहां पर डिफाइन किया हमने? यहाँ पे डिफाइन किया, yes or no. Same for the maintenance window, change for the child CI, parent CI, and this. Then when checking the change conflict, check whether the change falls within the schedule defined maintenance schedule reference field of the same CI. Okay, when checking the change request conflict, check whether the change falls within the schedule defined. In the schedule definition, इसमें अगर यहाँ पर आपको स्पेसिफिक CI करके मेंशन कर रहे हो तो वहां से भी चेक करना है क्या? I said yes. What is the main we use here is this thing. ये run conflict detection automatically after changes to the configuration item, plan start date, plan end date, or the state when change request is updated. ये पैरामीटर चेक करता है तीन चीजों को, CI, plan start date, plan end date. And whenever you update or change in the CI or the dates, it run automatically. Automatically include the business or application service used in the related CI. क्या आपको इसके ऊपर भी कॉन्फ्लिक्ट चेक करना है? इनके ऊपर ये भी प्रॉपर्टी में डिफाइन होता है यहाँ पे. And this is what is 90 days coming. Define the number of days after plan and start date, change request, search for the next available time. कितने दिनों के बाद का next availability चेक करना है? 2 दिन, 3 दिन, 4 दिन, 5 दिन, 90 दिन, 50 दिन. Let's say I put 180 days. 6 महीने तक का चेक कर लो. So now if I go here and save and come here, scheduling assistant, search, कभी भी नहीं मिल रहा मुझे कुछ, because maybe these conflicts, these maintenance or update blackout scheduler for a long time, so it is not able to find out any free space is there. क्योंकि this system work, this thing run only when there is a no conflict, nothing should be there. Now I know that in a meeting I need Anish, Wasim, Dinesh and Sumit. But Sumit is optional. I find everybody availability 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But Sumit calendar is showing busy. ठीक है, Sumit वैसे भी optional है यार, override कर देते, कोई problem नहीं है. Because we are human being, we know this thing. System को नहीं पता. System is looking for the clean day, complete clean day. No conflict should be there. Not a single conflict should be there. So we have to be define this thing in the property level. यहाँ पर क्लियर हुआ चेंज कॉन्फ्लिक्ट का फंडा. Conflict, consolidate conflict so that conflict is only registered each unique combination, conflict type and schedule on the conflict change. ये यहाँ की बात कर रहा है जो आपको प्रेजेंटेशन मिलती है इसकी. ये yes guys, question, doubt, clarification.
Atul, this conflict properties is kept completely different from the change properties, right? The change application properties.
Yes. So
just so that there is no confusion. Like, is that so?
Or two type of properties available in change. Change properties, change conflict properties, standard change properties also there. मतलब अलग-अलग मॉड्यूल का भी प्रॉपर्टी है in the change. But this will only work in the domain of the change conflict only. Scheduling only, not conflict, change, conflict, sorry. This thing. ठीक है, क्लियर हो गया यहाँ तक फंडा? काफी
तो
heavy
लाइक
Good.
बट क्या होता है जैसे there is some urgent change we required which has a more business impact, and if you're not getting the time and the schedule, then is there any way to bypass that? Like means certain changes are quite required as per the urgency and this huge business impact.
I'll ask you one question. Let's say you are staying with your family. Okay, your wife, your kids there. Okay. In the midnight, something happened wrong with you. Maybe you're not feeling well. Something is wrong. Will you not call your best friend on that time? Or you still think, "Nahi, nahi, it's a midnight, 2 o'clock. Why should I call him?"
We can
You will
call.
definitely call. Yes, you will definitely call, right? This is what, and that time it is not a normal change. That time is an emergency change. Emergency change allow you to override everything. क्योंकि अगर अब अभी कॉल नहीं किया तो सुबह तक तो कुछ भी हो जाएगा.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That we'll see in the emergency change demo.
Okay.
ठीक है.
So
अभी
emergency में मतलब कि we can bypass all these changes and we can
everything
put a
that
pause.
if there is a fire in the
Mhm.
midnight, will you not call to the fire brigade immediately? You call in the morning.
Yeah.
Everything, right? Everything. So emergency means we have to move forward now. But again, there is a difference. What is the meaning of emergency for you? Mainly the ITS standard says that emergency change we do only for the P1 or the major incident, or if it is required some security or compliance changes immediately basis.
Okay.
Like Brexit happened. Now UK is
Mhm.
not part of Europe, right? As soon as this law has been passed, in the next 1 week, every company has to make these policies. The GDPR come in the picture. No, nobody will work from India. They have to be using the VDI only to be entering our domain. To make these changes, they have to go for the emergency changes only.
Okay, makes sense.
Okay, so now we have done 10-20% of the change management, and tomorrow we will pick up risk. अभी सिर्फ एक हिस्सा खत्म हुआ और अभी न्यू स्टेट में ही है. We are not moving forward now. We are still on the new state only. We'll discuss about the risk tomorrow and then we will proceed further. ठीक है? Doubt, question, clarification. Good. Let me stop recording and take a quick attendance now.